It was a hot afternoon in Oaxaca, Mexico, and the scent of roasted corn and cinnamon filled the crowded street market. In the middle of the crowd, 17-year-old Camila Alvarez was arranging hand-woven bracelets on a worn-out wooden table. She was smart, kind, and brave, traits shaped by a life filled with struggle, love, and responsibility. Her family barely made ends meet, but Camila had a heart full of dignity and hope. That same day, thousands of miles away in Manhattan, 22-year-old Ethan Livingston, son of real estate tycoon Walter Livingston, had just arrived in Oaxaca with his friends. They were in Mexico for what they called a culture break, a shallow reason to escape the stiff halls of their family's glass towers. Ethan, though born into privilege, had always felt an inner conflict, a longing for realness, something untouched by money. Later that afternoon, Ethan strolled through the market, dressed in casual linen clothes and sunglasses that barely disguised his American glow. He stopped when he saw Camila's stall. The colors, the craftsmanship, and the young woman behind the table drew him in. "Are these made by you?" he asked in clumsy Spanish. Camila looked up. She had seen hundreds of tourists come and go, most of them indifferent. But something about this one felt different. Quieter, more thoughtful. "I make them," she replied, "with my sisters." Ethan bought 2 bracelets and stayed to talk. They spoke for an hour. Her Spanish, gentle and steady. His, broken but sincere. Camila spoke about school, her dream of studying art, and how her family lost their home during the floods. Ethan listened, really listened, and in that conversation something shifted in him. Over the next week, Ethan returned every day. He helped Camila carry water buckets. He met her family. They walked by the river banks in the evenings. People in the village whispered, unsure if the rich American was serious or playing a game. Camila, too, feared getting her hopes up. But Ethan proved different. He was awkward around chickens. He was kind to her little brother. And he remembered things she said. Their friendship grew, then turned to love, quiet, slow, and dangerous. But it couldn't last in silence. One day, Ethan's father flew in unannounced to check on him. Walter Livingston didn't care for culture or connection. He believed in mergers, not emotions. He was furious to see his son walking with a village girl, holding hands like they belonged in the same world. "Are you out of your mind?" he hissed. "She's nothing. You're a Livingston." Camila overheard everything. Her heart cracked. She ran back to her home, tears stinging her face. Ethan chased after her. Back in New York, Ethan tried to forget but couldn't. His world of polished meetings and expensive suits felt more hollow than ever. He refused arranged meetings with socialites. He walked out of his family's company and into art school, the dream Camila once shared with him. 6 months passed. Camila worked harder than ever. She painted at night after market hours. One day her paintings caught the eye of a tourist, who turned out to be an art agent. Her work was raw and full of emotion. Within weeks, Camila was invited to showcase her pieces at a cultural exhibition in New York City. Camila stood in the gallery, nervous but proud. Her hands were calloused from work, but her heart was steady. The pieces told her story of love, loss, and resilience. People admired her strength. Reporters gathered. Cameras clicked. And then she saw him. Ethan. He was standing at the corner, wearing the same bracelet she had made, the same gentle smile. He waited until the crowd moved and then walked up to her, quietly. "You made it," he whispered. "No," Camila said. "I built it." That night, they sat by the Hudson River. Ethan apologized, not for falling in love, but for not standing stronger when it mattered. Camila forgave, not because she had to, but because she chose peace over bitterness. They talked about the future, about art, about community, about building something new, not a mansion, but a life. 3 months later, in a quiet ceremony, Camila and Ethan were married, not in a castle but in a garden near her village. His father didn't attend, but the world did. Years later, Walter Livingston would walk into one of her exhibitions, gray-haired and slower now. He stood in front of a canvas showing a girl walking barefoot on floodwater, holding a book to her chest. He asked the curator, "Who painted this?" "She did," the man replied. "Camila Livingston." Walter sat down, silent, watching the art, and maybe, just maybe, understanding what money could never buy. Her story was shared, her paintings sold. She opened an art center for young girls in Mexico, and Ethan supported her every step. The moral. In the end, the story wasn't about a girl who married rich. It was about a girl who believed in herself, even when the world tried to shrink her. About a boy who unlearned privilege and found courage in humility. And about a love that wasn't made from wealth, but from the quiet acts of depth that changed them both.